Well, guys, tonight we are looking at Amazon. Now, it's really a success story to look at this company. And in fact, it kind of reminds me of myself. It's kind of like this YouTube channel, and it really does show that we can get to that 100,000 subscriber milestone. And when we do, we'll say we did it. We'll look back at our pictures like this and say how great it was back in those days. Now, but seriously, today we are looking at the bald guy that has all the money. Obviously, it's the richest guy in the world, Jeff Bezos, and his Amazon company stock. We're going to be looking at why this is an amazing buy, and it's still, in my opinion, underrated and undervalued, in my opinion, like I just said. So first things first, Amazon stock, in my opinion, again, definitely needs a split. We're at about 3,168, which is definitely out of my price range, and it's definitely out of a lot of people's price range. Split this like 16 to 1 as people were suggesting, and I think you could get a lot more investors because, like I said, people are only going to be buying fractional shares at the minute because, they just can't afford it. So if we could reduce this price, we would definitely see a pickup and stimulus in investment, in my opinion. But yeah, we're going to be looking at Amazon's finances. We're going to be looking at whether this is a good buy. We're going to be looking at why it is a good buy and all of the things regarding the company which you need to know. So if that does sound good, please do like and subscribe. Trying to get to 1,000. So if you could help us on our journey, our master journey to 100,000, please do. Please share it with your friends and family and whatnot and help us get there. Also, come and join us on Discord. Link to the Discord is in the description. Right then, so let's get back to Amazon stock. Of course, we all know Amazon is the master of e-commerce, founded by Jeff Bezos. Market cap is over $1 trillion, massive company. But let's look back to the share price. One day, we are looking positive on the share. We started off on 3,142. In this video, by the way, I'm probably only going to comment on the last 2 or 3 figures in that digit because it's just huge. But yeah, we're at about 142 at the start, finishing off on 169. And for the 1-day representation, that's a 0.87% increase. But that's just what Amazon is all about. Looking out to the 1 week, we are seeing a 2% increase, starting off the week on about 3,106, ending off on 3,174. So of course you could have potentially made $74 per share in a week. So of course you can just see the real potential of this company. I think still looking back from the month, we have seen highs of 3,322, which shows that this really was extremely highly valued before we saw a dip down to 3,035. From that dip of 3,035, we sat pretty stable at about 3,100 range, around that point. Saw it even further dip back down to about 3,099, so similar range. But then we have seen this pick up, and I think we are going to see the stock price go even higher, as we basically have done for the past few years. I think this is one of those companies which is undervalued and underrated. And now we all do know Amazon, and we all know that the amazing approach they take to customer experience, but they are doing so many things which just leave this as an undervalued company. First thing I would say that leaves this as an undervalued company, just off the top of my head, is the amount of, development into other sectors they do. Of course, we have things like Amazon Prime. You can buy things on Amazon like groceries now, and look at into the long-term point of view. I think this is definitely going to be a growing one for years to come. I think this business model is so good. There is Amazon centers all around the country in the United Kingdom and the United States, and in fact a lot of countries. There are emerging markets which are going for the e-commerce business model for obvious purposes. It's just easier to use, it's cheaper for everybody, sellers get more profits, and buyers have quicker delivery times and whatnot. So this model as itself is a very, very successful model, and I think it's just going to continue to be so far into the future. Like I said, Amazon Prime, things like that, if you can get your subscription services to a good level of, subscription, you would probably make a lot of money. I think that is kind of what he's doing at the minute. Furthermore, if he could expand into more sectors, which I believe he definitely will with the style that he's going for, he will probably make a lot more money for the company stock. I think this is reflected in the growth figure for the company in the future, but I think we could definitely see even higher than this. But I'm just going to talk for another minute about the business model of the company. So to look at an actual profile, representation from what CNN say about the company, Amazon Amazon. It engages online a provision of online retail shopping services. So, like I said, many services to talk about. It operates through following business segments in North America, international, Amazon Web Services as well. So, it's AWS. The North America segment includes retail sales of consumer products and subscriptions through North America focused websites. So, like I said, a lot of subscriptions and consumer based sales, and of course, doing deliveries and whatnot. This really does have the power to outdo a lot of other businesses in different sectors. So obviously, if you are doing grocery deliveries, you are now taking out the supermarkets as well. If you are doing things like online subscriptions, you are potentially taking out companies like Netflix as well on another front, and also traditional television. So we can just see how this is really a completely, amazing structure for a business. From looking at this from a perspective of a business, this is a slow growing but also quite stable company stock. Now, when I say slow growing, I'm just used to talk about stocks like Workhorse or even ChargePoint, where we have seen hundreds of percents in a week or so. But for this one, 100% almost on the year is not bad at all. So yeah, like I said, finally getting back to the forecast for the company, because that is what you all want to know, and the understanding of why we are going to be looking at this. And they are saying, and there's 46 of them saying this, so we have 46 analysts which are offering a 12-month price forecast, and they have a median estimate of 3,800, a high of 4,500, and a low of 3,048. The median is representing a 19% increase from the last price of 3,173.55. So on the high side, we are looking at almost a 50% increase in the next year. On the low side, we're looking at about 20%. And on the extremely low side, we are looking at minus 3.8%. So either way, they are saying that if it is going to grow, it's going to grow by quite a lot. And I think it would definitely be more than 50% in my opinion. But they are saying about 42%. And on the low side, I can definitely still see it being a positive figure, perhaps more even like that 19% that they show as a median. But that is just my thoughts on the company. So this is very interesting to see, and it's very unique. We have not really seen this before on the channel. And we are just going to have a quick look. So they have 49 analysts which are offering a buy rating for the company, and the general consensus is buy. So let's have a quick breakdown of what this means. We're going to have a quick look. So buy, 42 of them are saying that. Hold, 3 of them are saying that. So perhaps if you don't have the company yet, then don't buy it. But if you do have the company, then hold it for a long time. That's what the hold buyers are saying. The outperform buyers are saying that it's probably going to do better than its targets, which is good to see. And nobody is saying that it's going to underperform. Now, the last time that we did have somebody saying it was going to underperform was back in September. So it just goes to show people are still quite positive on the company, which is a good thing to see. So yeah, getting back to some other important figures, we have sales down here for the current quarter at 7.5. Sorry about that, at $7.15 for the earnings per share. Actual sales are over there at 119 billion, 119.5 billion, and this is apparently according to February the 4th. So I don't know where they're getting that figure from, but that's CNN for you. Either way, we are looking at big growth for the sector and for the year of the Amazon stock itself. So I think this is definitely going to be a long and good play for, a long-term and slow growth and stable investment, in my opinion, because we do take so much time on this channel to cover risky investments, so I thought it was a good time to cover something that's perhaps a bit more stable and safe. Anyway, I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, please do leave a like and subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye for now.